Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Wolverhampton Racecourse here on Monday. It is the 11th of November 2024. I'm going to look at the sixth race, the 645 from Wolverhampton. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's look at the 645, the sixth race from Wolverhampton, which is the Bet UK Take Time Out during SG Week 23 handicap. The Class 6 handicap going for a purse of $7,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, horse rated 48 to 65. Field of 9 horses contesting 2,400 meters or a mile and a half on the Tapeta surface. Top selection, I'm going to go with the number 4 horse, Arazo. I'm going to go 429 in the TriCast trifecta. 429 TriCast trifecta. Top selection, the 4 horse, Arazo. This 3-year-old gelding by Beta Breath here. Bernard Lewillin trained as one. Jordan Williams, a 5-pound apprentice, gets the mount. Under the care previously of Harry Carlton, ran about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago at Newcastle, a mile and a half in a Class 5 handicap, and he finished third by 1/4 lengths. From a wide trip, he didn't get out of the gate so clearly, and it took him a little bit of time to get recovery after that, but he did. He stayed the trip well. First time to a mile and a half, I thought he showed potential. He's come back at it again today. He's going to have to overcome a little bit wide trip, but I think, if you just look off of his runs, he wants to go a longer trip. Back at it today. I'm going to give him a shot to find the winner's circle. Two-back ran a Yarmouth on the 17th of September, mile and a quarter in a Class 4 handicap, and he finished 5th by 3 1/4 lengths that day. And again, he sat back early. He moved a little bit late. I thought he showed potential later on in the race. It was an okay race that day, but I would have liked to see what he would have done with the extra 2 furlongs there. And then he ran a very tough race at Newbury over the mile and a quarter on the 29th of August. He finished 6th by 5 1/4 lengths that day. Had a very wide trip that day, and he just never really got going. He was just a little bit flat that day. You could save for the race before on the poly track at Linkfield, going a mile and a quarter in a Class 5 novice race, finishing 4th by 7 lengths that day. He just had nothing from the inside. You need to be forwardly paced, I think, at Linkfield on the poly track, and he just wasn't like that. He was a little bit forwardly paced. His only race locally over the mile and 1/8 in a novice race back in July. He finished 6th by 2 3/4 lengths, where I thought it was a little bit flat. I just think he wants that longer trip. He's going to finally get it again today, and I think he could go a long way with it. I'll use him on the ticket. I think the 2-horse Hill Station for Russell Ryan has a ginormous weight on his back, but I think this old man can, find the winner's circle. He likes his course. He has 2 wins locally, most recently on the 1st of April over the mile and a half in a Class 3 handicap. Went about 1.5 lengths from a tracking trip. He really came home clear. That was his most recent victory. If you look over his previous races, he's been facing some tough horses. They did drop him down to a Class 6 at Chelmsford last time out in October, where he finished 7th by 4 1/4 lengths, just not really excelling. I do think he needed the race also off the bench. I think coming here back to a mile and a half with ginormous weight on his back, he could get the job done. I'll use him on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the 645, the 6th race from Wolverhampton, going to take the 4 horse Arazo. Give kudos to the 2 horse Hill Station. 429 TriCast trifecta. 4-2 in the multi-race. So good luck to him. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.